finishing off this last little section. So therefore, I began to interrogate the housekeeper, or the guy in charge. What were these pictures that they have in the middle? The middle was a very vague word for just about anything, but it's the hall, or they use it all the time for everything. Anyway, he said, looks like Iliad and the Odyssey, and the gladiatorial, or the gladiatorial games of Leonatus or something. 30. One could not consider, one may not be able to consider some form of Malta here, the multiplicity or the great vastness of the work or something. So now we reached the dining room, the triclinium, in the first part of which, prima part is the first bit when you go in. It's like the prima part of the wrist. Prima part of the palm is the wrist. They didn't really have a word for the wrist, and so the prima part of something is usually the first part. Anyway, the procurator was there, and he was receiving the rations, rations. He was doing some accounting book, receiving things. Praequipi, I was astonished rather a lot or something, or maxime greatly. Then in the posterns on the door frames of the triclinium, there were the fasces with the axes which go with them fixed there, of which in the bottom part, as if they had a bronze, probably the rostrum of a ship or something, there, in which was scriptum, in which was written, this nominative guy here, the dispensor Cinamius, looks dative to Pompeo Tricliminus, looks like some sort of priest of Augustus the Divine. Under this title also was a lantern with 2 wicks, there's the bi bit meaning 2, it was pending or hanging from the camera, which is the arch roof. And there were 2 tablets fixed to each postern, defixed, apparently is the calendars, the one of which, if my memory serves well, has this inscriptum in it. 3rd day before the calends of January, so the 30th of December or something, our C went outside to eat or something. He dined away from the house. The other had the course of the moon and the stars, 7 images depicted. Maybe it's the bear, that's one of the great 7 stars. And which days were boni, and which ones were very inconvenient for business. These were distinguished on the bulla, the doorknob. They were noted there. Someone's replete, plural. We were filled with these pleasures when we were trying to enter the triclinium. Okay, so it's all these paintings and calendars, etc. One from the boys, one from the slave boys exclaimed, who was posited over this duty, who was in charge of this job. He yelled out, "Dextropad, right foot." Without doubt, for a little while we were a bit trepidatious, lest against in instructions or the rules or something, one of us had crossed the threshold. A short one today. But as parita, equal at the same time, we moved our right gressuses, our right ingress, our right feet. A slave who was despoiled, probably disrobed and whatever, he procombated before us, and he began to beg, and he was at our feet, that we should rip away him, we should snatch him away from this punishment. Genitive or dative, whatever that is. Okay, Daily Dictionary, this by Chinellus, adjective having 2 wicks. So it'll be a weird candle, or obviously a lantern to be the main thing to have them. Where were we? Somewhere around here. Nor was it a great peccatum. It wasn't a great wrongdoing or sin, on account of which he was now imperiled. For the vestments have been subducted, taken away, of the dispensor, when he was in the baths, which scarcely were worth 10 sesterces. As we saw it earlier, they like stealing clothes and selling it, but anyway. So therefore then, ergo, we retoolemist our right feet. We brought him back, and the dispenser, who was numerating aureus, gold coins, in the hall, we deprecated him. Again, deprecations are used to avert something, so that there would be the punishment would he could remit the punishment from the slave. He was a bit arrogant, and he lifted up his face and he inquired. We have tam quam correlatives. So it's not so much this loss which has moved me, as much as the negligence of this worthless slave. My cubitorial vestments, my dining jacket or something, he lost it. Or it was lost by the slave, obviously, which a certain client had donated or given to me on my birthday. Okay, so without doubt, it's a Tyrian one, which is purple. Purple's the colour of kings and emperors because it's expensive. It's been loted once. As we saw, loto was used for sumptuous or for washing. So here it looks like it's been washed. So what then? What more? Looks like I'll give him this slave to you.